Hey guys, it's Douglas over here. Starting on a part number 2. Starting off exactly the same place
Douglas over here.
where we left off yesterday. And yeah, let's get going, shall we? I did have a bit of a time to think about how it felt to level yesterday. And even though so far I got only 16 levels, I can say that I feel the difference, honestly. Because when I leveled for the first time 4 months ago, as I said yesterday, I had a break for 8 years, which was quite a bit of a time. So when I leveled 4 months ago, I leveled my Tauren Hunter. I know that I definitely leveled up so freaking fast. It didn't even feel funny. It was just insane. And I didn't use any heirlooms, so yeah. As well as on this one. Not using any heirlooms, just keeping it cool, you know. Taking time to level up as if I'm the new player. Well, I am still a new player in a way. After a long break, you know. Okay, what do we have here? Guess I will have to swim down. By the way, I did rewatch the UFC fight between the Francis Ngannou and Stipe Miocic. Damn, I mean, what a fight, man. What a freaking fight. And all the people who doubted Stipe, you know, like as if he's going down, as if he got 0 chances to win. So wrong. Everyone was so wrong. I don't know if I want to come to that zone, meaning as Shara. Though, in a way, I kind of have to. And I think I will because I never leveled there. And from what I remember back in the vanilla days, it literally had no quests at all. So yeah, I'll do it, I think. By the way, I should do one dungeon since, as I said yesterday, that I want to do each dungeon at least once. So the Dead Mines is the next one. We can do it right away. Because eventually I will, you know, obviously unlock next dungeons and next dungeons. I'm kind of looking forward for, you know, the next expansion, the Battle for the Azeroth. I'm sure that, you know, the excitement will be one of a kind. It's going to be quite a different expansion, so definitely looking forward. What do we have here? I'm not sure that I have ever done these quests. It still feels weird to see that I'm actually, if I don't stay careful, there's a risk that I might actually wipe, you know? I like this thing, but look at this thing, the health is just going down. Oh boy. And I actually have to eat something before I attack the next one, otherwise I'm dead. That's a cool model, by the way. I'm not sure about that it has the best definition, but it looks nice. What the hell? The big one. By the way, today I was thinking about, like, honestly, leveling at least one Alliance character. I used to play Alliance back in vanilla, and right now, after a long break, and I play for the Horde over 4 months now, I think it would be a nice change of pace, you know. Level a Alliance character. Do the different quests, you know, experience the same world but from a different side. I think there is a good point in doing that. Okay. Wait, am I doing something wrong? I think yeah, of course I am. Bit of a silly mistake. Good. If I recall correctly, they should give you, you know, the debuff that makes you look like a demon. Let's see if I'm right. If I'm wrong. Because there was a previous cave. I was there yesterday. I think this should be the same mobs. Okay. Orcs actually do look quite nice when they are, like, you know, dark skinned, like the previous one that I took down. This definitely needs to add more options, and the sooner the better. Okay, this one is done, and the last one. Ooh, look at this thing. Easy. By the way, if I recall correctly, back in vanilla there were no maps of the cave like this one, so it's not a big issue, but still a nice feature to have. I think that should be maybe a last quest, this zone. Maybe I did miss something. I hope not. Wait, I did have the achievement. It was... okay.
What do you need? May your blades never dull. Raw. For the Horde. Loktar.
Okay, level 17. So 3 levels to go before I get the mounts. And I'm still in the queue for the dungeon. Okay. And once I set it, get the invite. Good thing.
Quickly! On your way!
Wait, now I think now we can accept the quest by just clicking. I didn't know that. Okay. Meaning you just do the, you know, the left click, I mean the right click and maybe even left one and immediately you will accept the quest. And dead mines are definitely like one of the like classic dungeons, meaning, well, obviously it was back in the vanilla day, you know, and I do remember how you actually had to run to this place and all that stuff. I don't know if we will ever actually like relive the same experience of vanilla. I know we're gonna get the servers that will be like vanilla modes. You will level from level 1 to 60 and all that stuff, but will it feel the same? That is a big question. I mean, definitely not, but will it be close enough? Well, that's possible, and if it will be, that's good, but I feel that's actually a big, you know, task ahead, so... And oh boy, if they get it wrong, you know, the outrage will be just phenomenal. It will be something to behold. Oh boy. By the way, I never tried to level the character by only doing PvP, you know. Obviously, you have to do it. You have to do some quests before you are able to do the battlegrounds. But right after you're able to, you know, just doing only PvPs. That should be a fun experience. Nice. Cape. Well, the mobs definitely don't go down too fast. That's a good thing. Okay. I'll just release whatever. That was a bit unfortunate. Okay. I will get some swiftness potions as well. Just for these cases when you wipe or something goes wrong, just run back faster. And I'm still unsure what is the issue with using the, you know, reviving mates in the dungeons. You know, some people just don't want to do this thing nowadays. It's like not cool or something. You're gonna have to run, or I don't know. Not saying that this guy wouldn't revive me, but usually from what I see, you know, it's always the same trend, you know. Actually, I did have a little temptation today to use, actually, heirlooms, but only the weapons. But then I was like, nah, better not, you know. But these definitely have so much more damage and better stats, man. That's insane. Should get the X, by the way, as well. It looks nice. Okay, better stay back, otherwise I'm gonna get ganked. Just one-shotted in the head. Usually these bosses are actually tough on a low level. And especially in this new patch it will be tough. More than just... I'm just sure, you know. What the hell is going on with me? Oh. Okay. Come on, get down. Speaking of vanilla servers, I was thinking, and I'm kind of gravitating towards Warlock for some reason. I don't know why. But will they have the same complicated, you know, like system that they will have to make like different shards and all that stuff, or whatever they had to do? But yeah, so far I'm thinking about the Warlock as my main class. And if you ask which side, meaning Horde or Alliance, I would kind of go for the human Warlock. A female. I never played a female, so... Going down, boy. Cannot wait to get the shoulders. You know, the shoulders is always the best looking thing. If I get them in this dungeon, if they even drop at all, I'll use the transmog right away. And end up looking like that. But we have a hunter, druid, pally, and priest combo. Still too early to comment, but I'm wondering if it will feel the same way throughout the whole game, meaning before the Mr. Pandaria, or yeah, because I wonder if it will be like the same toughness to level up in level 30, 35, 45, and 50. If the answer is yes, well, that's good enough, and if the answer is that no, it will be tougher, well, that's a great thing. But it's still not tough enough for people to have, you know, the conversation in the chat. Everyone just knows what to do, and that's okay. Obviously, there are no tactics, so just gang down, and that's the end of the story. And obviously when you see something that is called overdrive and he's spitting like a hurricane, just run away. Good. Okay, time to spam out the execute. Okay, no loot for me. I wonder what the loot drop is. Okay, the nice hands. And then you get... Okay, that was my chance to get these epic looking shoulders, boy. And I lost it. Come on. Wait, I want to have it. Maybe he will give it to me. But maybe not, because maybe he wants to have it for his transmog, the pally that we see right now. Let me whisper at this guy. Hey, lucky me. I got them. Damn, they look quite massive. They definitely didn't drop here back in the vanilla day. Oh boy. Please don't kill me. Thank you. Perfect. Let's get going. The last thing you want to do is just fall down. Because maybe, and most likely, you will have to swim around the distance. Remember this thing happening a while ago? Yeah, I think you fell down. That's fun. Yeah, I'm still forgetting that it's not the same pre-patch dungeon. Better be careful. You wanna wipe? Not today, not tomorrow. I wonder if Blizzard would ever consider adding new racial abilities, or maybe replacing the old ones with new ones. Not a bad idea, I think. Hey, well, that's the final step. I think it takes like twice as much time. Like, well, at least it feels, you know. So if before it would be like 15 minutes, well, maybe not as twice, but 30% more. If before it was like 15 minutes, right now it's around 25. Which is actually a big difference, especially on a low level dungeon.
I can smell your fear. Not find her until it is too late.
I kind of wouldn't mind if they would return the same, you know, method of getting the item from the boss by just rolling. There's always a bit of a fun aspect by rolling. How the hell healer almost died. Damn boy. The game is changing. It's getting tough in this world. You don't want to mess around. Perfect. Yeah, well, it's time to thank everyone. Turn in the quests.
Don't waste my time.
And move on.
Look, Tom. Strength. Go forth to victory.
Wait, did I do something wrong? Do I have to kill him again? I ain't coming back for just one quest.
Well, spit it out.
Level 18. Okay. So pretty much I got the full level out of this dungeon. Let's give it a shot. Let's see where we're gonna get to. You know what? Let's get back to the world. The real world. In this game. And do some quests. This zone is pretty much done. And if I stick to my game plan... Wait, before I come here to Ashara, I have to make sure that... Okay, from here we get to 25 to 60. So Stranglethorn Vale is definitely the place where I want to make each quest that is possible. So many memories with this Booty Bay. Funny name, by the way, Booty Bay. But a great place. Design-wise and just It feels kind of cool. Oh, the city is full, by the way. That's cool. Okay, so got some things to send away to my main character. Um, I do have few banks where I hold different items, and one I hold like mostly random items. On the second, all the recipes, and then on a third one, just all the mining stuff. You know, so you get the idea. You know, the banks have to be organized, so you won't have to waste your time by searching and trying to find something and all that stuff.
What can I do for you?
I want to sell that. What is a soulbound? Goes away. And just so you know, guys, in case maybe some of you don't know this thing, but all the green items of low level, like this one is for level 10, you can actually sell them on the auction house for quite a good price. Don't rush to sell them to the vendor. And we'll level up the blacksmithing. Give it a shot.
May your blades never dull.
And for now, just so I won't waste too much time, I will just put away all this stuff into the bank, and then later on get this thing all organized, behind the camera. And
You are to be congratulated for your success in the Firelands. But praise alone will not suffice.
what?
We owe you a great deal for the part you have played in the destiny of our flight. Present me your staff, that we may endow it with great power.
Wait, did I miss something? That's cool. I think it has to do something with the raid, obviously, that you kill a boss and then you end up, having this little event in the city.
For the whole.
Finally, Taragosa, our beloved
Taragosa?
sister whose
Awful
essence
name.
you have generously borne, has chosen this
Taragosa.
staff as her permanent
Give me a break.
home. May her presence be a source of comfort and companionship to you.
Rogue One. Perfect. Yeah, let's make it look tough, Just aggressive and confident. Oh, the black one is good. And the weapons, when it comes down to weapons, what can I do with the weapons? Seriously, I can make this one? Give me a break. That's like my favorite weapon of all time. And the Moongoose as well. 5 gold, what? Well, I think that looks much better. much more, you know, representable. Oh yeah. So once again, I do look as if I wear the heirlooms, but I don't.
So.
By the way, I met a guy just like a week ago. We used to study in the same school back in the day, around like 10 years ago. Oh, I came to the wrong place. What a great thing. So yeah, we used to study together like over like 10 years ago back in the school, and I remember that back then he played World of Warcraft. Oh great, I got the achievement, and so um I had a break for 8 years. I didn't play for quite a long time. He played throughout the whole time. He never stopped. So he pretty much got, you know, all the achievements done like in a like right time, meaning he was like he wasn't the world's first, but still he did complete, you know, a lot of things quite early. And yeah, the guy still loves the game. I think he doesn't even have any thoughts of taking a break. I think he doesn't even know what it means to take a break, you know. He's so deep into this game that he doesn't want to stop at all. Wait, this guy got a cool looking sword. Wow. I think it should be from the latest boss in the Legion. Not sure. Looks nice. Quite decent. I see a quest here. Let's check it out. And this new model of the orc is just epic. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, Blizzard is definitely, you know, thinking about the right things. Oh, this one leads to the dungeon. Well, I ain't going back. So once again, without wasting too much time, this zone is from 10 to 60, and this one is the same story. Well, yeah. Let's go to the shower and get all the stuff done there. And by the way, Death Knights, I think they have like one of the best mounts when it comes to having class mounts. I do like the priests, you know, they have this mix between the owl and the tiger. It's quite a cool twist. The Death Knights, I think they have the biggest mount in the game. Especially if you're a Tauren, so... I think spending 5 gold on having this Mungus enchantment on a crappy weapon, that wasn't the wisest thing I ever did. Game on me. 5 freaking gold for nothing. What a waste. it's actually quite funny how the Blizzard was implementing new races in the game, because the first one ever added was Draenei and Blood Elves, right? And the Draenei, he kind of reflects the Taurens, meaning, you know, the Alliance never had anyone as buffed as Tauren. The Draenei is the first one, and well, the Horde clearly had no resemblance with humans, you know, and although the Blood Elves are Blood Elves, they still kind of look like humans in a way. And I mean, if you compare the Blood Elves to humans and Blood Elves to Taurens, then, you know, I think humans and the Blood Elves, they have much more connections than with Taurens. So once again, the Alliance gets the Draenei that reflects, you know, Taurens, and the Horde gets the Blood Elves, which kind of reflects elves and the humans at the same time. And then the next thing, you know, you get the Worgens and the Goblins, and the Goblins are gnomes, and the Worgens are like undead. And then you get these pandas, you know. For me, I think it was a bit of a mess. Meaning, I wish they did it differently. Especially when you have this super popular, from Pixar or Disney, this cartoon about this Kung Fu Panda. It looks like a Kung Fu Panda from the cartoon, so... Let me capture this thing. Perfect. And now I think I will have to chop down the trees. Runaway Shredder, complete the quest. Perfect. And the fact that there is like a glaze effect on the quest item that you need to get to is a big help, you know. You just see it right away. Imagine if it wouldn't be like this. I think that would be a bit tougher to find, because back in Vanilla, once again, you would actually have to search for the items on the map, because you wouldn't see them so quickly and easily. Yeah, we'll have to get the snipers down, and I believe it means I have to attack the trees. Perfect. 2 more. Oh, that's a good thing. Done. Oh, bless me. Oh god. I listen to this melody, you know, that I have right now playing on the background in this zone. Just wonder how it was like created, composed. I will have to check some information or anything behind the process of creating, you know, not just the melody, but the game itself, including the melody. Any melody, you know, any music that you can hear in the game. Wait, this one tells me what? Okay, I have to slay the venison. Counts. This one. Okay. Come on, boy. Alright. Guess there's a night elf attack on our little camp base. By the way, today at the morning I had a driving lesson. You know, switching gears and, you know, playing with the pedals underneath your feet and everything else is actually not as easy as it seems to be, or as it turns out. Because I got a lot of good friends who are actually good drivers, and they make it look so easy. It's like anything else in life. If you know, reach, well, a good level or even a perfection, some sort of perfection, then whatever you do for other people will seem as if it's easy, but most likely it's not. I mean, look at the, you know, for example, Michael Jordan playing basketball, you know. He used to be, you know, so flawless that he would make it look as if you can do it also, like anyone can just jump and fly. But that is not the case. That is definitely not the case. Not even once. Not even twice. Wait, speaking of the heirlooms, does the heirloom weapon give you a buff of faster leveling up? Because if the answer is no, and the answer is actually no, yeah. What it means then? Two hand, two hand. You know what? I mean, technically you do level fast if you use the weapon, even though it doesn't have a buff. You end up killing the mob faster, so... just for the sake of a bit of a better action, I think it would be a reasonable thing to actually use, and just smash some mobs down without having to be cautiously trying to survive all these waves. This shredder cannot be killed. And by the way, this model is actually a copy of a model from, if I recall correctly, the Reign of Chaos and the Frozen Throne. You know, this one was like bringing you in, like in every like 15 seconds, like 300 lumber, which is actually a huge amount. Even if you would just get one of those, you know, that's a big game changer. Well, finally. Ooh. So what if we just spice it up a little bit, just for the sake of fun, action, and just I think that looks cool. Yeah, let's get going. Okay, I have to pick a new talent. So killing a target grants you 30% haste and 30% movement speed for 15 seconds. It's not a bad thing. Your auto attack generates 30 additional rage. Well, that's a great thing. Buff is 60% of increased critical strike chance against targets above 80%. Wow. Okay. I'll go with this one for the start, and we'll see how it feels out. Okay, listen, it feels much better to have normal weapons. Get lost, come on. By the way, since I was offline from Warcraft for 8 years, I didn't play any other games, so I wasn't just away from the Warcraft, I was away from mostly, well, not just mostly, but away from gaming. And I'm more than sure that there are some games that are actually quite amazing, and I have no freaking idea about them, so if anyone has any thoughts to share, well, feel free to do so. As I said before once, I think, the Skyrim is something that I heard, but actually never even saw a trailer, so... By the way, I wonder what is happening or happened with the Prince of Persia. I did play all 3 parts back in the day. The Sands of Time, The Warrior Within, and the third one I don't remember. I mean, the first part was actually quite good. The second one had the twist about the time traveling, you know, which was actually quite cool also, but the third part actually kind of sucked. Well, the first and the second one, no, the first I actually well, for the first time I played the second part, then the first and the third. So the second part I played on PlayStation 2, which actually felt amazing. It was very comfy to play. But the first one I played on the computer PC, and in the box with the game there was actually a joystick as well from the Ubisoft company. I mean, the quality of this joystick was crap. I think it broke like in 3 months into the game, so I had to switch back to the keyboard and the mouse. Otherwise, what options did I have, right? I hope that they do have some plans about refreshing maybe the game. But do you have to? I mean, only if you do it the right way. But the right way is usually always the toughest way, so I would actually put him back into the the first part universe, you know, the same like vibe, and it wouldn't make it too dark. Okay, I still need 5 venisons to go. Come on, Stag. By the way, Stag, if anyone is playing a guitar, acoustic one, there is a brand called Stag. It's double G at the end. That was my first guitar ever. It had like this western style, you know, like this light brown. I think it was even called like this, like something like had to do with western. And well, for you, as a first guitar, it's definitely not bad. I actually still have it at my home. But if you get slowly, you know, to somewhat of the advanced level, then definitely not good enough. Right now, my main guitar is behind my back. Jumbo EJ200 by Epiphone. Gibson makes the same one, but it's much more expensive. It's like around over like $1,000, you know, over 1,000 euros, which is well, it's not too expensive for a good guitar. Not saying that it's the world's best, but it's definitely a good one by the Gibson. But I did actually get a chance to play the Gibson Jumbo Edition and the Epiphone, and I can say that Epiphone is actually owned by the Gibson, okay, so they obviously do care about the quality, so they won't allow the Epiphone to go down, like, drastically. The Gibson is still a bit better, but Epiphone is good, man. Epiphone makes nice guitars, man. And to anyone who doesn't know the history behind the Epiphone company, then I encourage you to read this thing on Wikipedia. It's definitely something to read, and it's a very interesting story behind the company. Is there a risk to wipe now? I don't know. No, not really. It's okay. Or actually, I think I'm wrong. Wait, potions. Yeah, I think I'm going down unless I run away. I'm done. Just pounded. Well, this thing wouldn't happen before the patch, so clearly I think I just each time I noob out, I'm just making a point that it's a bit tougher. And I have no food, by the way. That's a good thing.
It's too far away.
Easy. Oh, come on. By the way, guys, I'm doing a little renovation. I'm working on my little place that I will use it as a workspace. It will be my little studio, and I do have some little updates on the YouTube. You can always find me there as well. And today was the toughest day in a long run, you know. Damn, a lot of things came today, like cupboards and new floor, and you know, and other things like chairs and tables. And luckily, the studio is located on the second floor, not the first one. Well, meaning not the third or the fourth one, so I didn't have to go all the way up. But still, you know, to carry on all the things on your own. I think I had to go from 0 level to second and back like at least 40 times, which is actually was a decent workout. I was all like a bit tired, you know. So I was just in a shirt outside in the winter time, and I felt just okay.
What do you want?
Don't waste my time. Hit the road. Careful.
That is actually like one of the best workouts you can ever do, you know. Like cardio wise, you do like lose your breath and get tired as hell. No, just carrying a weight and going up the stairs. Oh boy. Okay, let's get going. There's actually an exercise, I believe it was called a farmer's walk. And that you just take, like, for example, 2 heavy dumbbells, right? And you just walk with them, you know. You don't have to, like, lift them or do any, like, jumping jacks or something. Just take the dumbbells and walk with them, you know. This thing will train the hell out of you. Interface. Action bars. Okay, so what do I have here? Okay, basilics and... By the way, I was thinking about downloading the first part of the Mafia game, you know? I played it back in the day, and it was such an amazing game, and it's an old one. It came out like 10 years ago or something, and the graphics back then were amazing. And I think in many ways it still holds up to this day also. I know they had the second part, but I have no idea about, like, was it good or bad or something. The first one is definitely, it's like a movie, you know, like good, solid, strong script, and the music and the graphics and the vibes are just second to none, boy. They're so good. And the missions are actually a lot of fun to play. I remember that I was actually playing Mafia at the same time with GTA San Andreas, And back then I was kind of just thinking in my head, like, which game is better, and all the, you know, like a small talk in my head. And I think I was gravitating towards the GTA, because I was a big fan of GTA back then. But thinking about this thing right now, of course I understand that the Mafia was so much different. It's so different that you shouldn't even compare these games. The Mafia is just in a league of its own. And by the way, I played San Andreas before I played the Warcraft, and funny enough that after I was playing Warcraft for a while and then I stopped, right, for 8 years, I played GTA once again, and all of a sudden when I was like passing by the streets on the car, I had initial thoughts in my subconscious or something, yeah, that all the people who are passing by are like real online players. And when I realized a second after that that is not the case, these are just like programmed NPCs, and the whole game besides you is just a programmed NPC, that kind of was daunting, you know. It just took away so much even point of playing a game that is not online. I mean, come on. Unless there is a super strong script, that's okay. But yeah. Pretty much it just didn't feel the same to play the simple, you know, GTA after the Warcraft, so.
I'm out of range.
Okay, one to go. Wait, I have to pick up the goblin, right? It has to be on my back. No! What are you doing, boy? What a joke. Yeah, I'll just run. Whatever. Not a big thing. By the way, I'm right now working on some cooking videos. I've worked as a chef for 8 years and still work, just having a little vacation from the job itself. And yeah, I think cooking is extremely important. You have to know the difference between the good food and the bad food, and how to prepare it, and how to be efficient and, you know, fast and technical and all that stuff. At least in my opinion. And yeah. By the way, there is a funny story that I could share with you. Is that back in the day when I was working in one restaurant, not gonna call any names. Basically, we had a team, and there was just one guy. He was a bit on an offside, you know. He was a bit crazy. Good person, but just crazy. And long story short, he was fired, and then we were looking for a new chef to take over his position. Then we found this one guy, a new one, right? Nobody knew him, but it turns out that one of the chefs who was in our team, he kind of heard some stuff about the new guy, and he was like, "Ooh, we should take him like right away. You know, this guy's like, next Gordon Ramsay. He loves to cook. He knows a lot of things. He knows pretty much everything. We should just take him right away." So he had a first day for like maybe 2 hours. He was okay, nothing too special. And then on the next day, we did prepare the whole station for him. Like a cold station section. So he had to give out like salads and all this stuff. And he was actually surprisingly quite slow and confused. He just didn't know where to start. And the next thing you know, the restaurant was full, like a full house. Okay, it was insanely crowded. A lot of action, and we had this like system in the restaurant that they have free section plus fourth one, and the fourth one is passed. So from the pass section, the chef gets, the ticket, and he calls out the ticket like, okay, check on guys, we have 1 sea bass, 1 lamb, 1 beef, 1 pappardelle pasta, and something else, and the team has to reply in a solid and confident voice as one, like, yes, chef, let's get going. And so basically this guy who was so-called the next Gordon Ramsay, one point when we had like a full restaurant, in 5 minutes you would get like 20 checks at the same time. And apparently he was so confused about having so many checks that the next thing you know, he was like, where the hell do these checks come from? Somebody tell me. Like, where the hell do these checks come from? What do you mean, boy? It's obviously a restaurant, it's a full thing. The machine that prints out the checks, it was like working like non-stop for like minutes, and he just couldn't believe his own eyes. And he managed to survive the wave, but we didn't end up taking him. Though I'm sure he's doing great right now. But I just never heard a chef saying like, where do the hell checks come from? In a serious manner, like literally, like, what is going on? Yeah. We had a good laugh. Oh yeah, and when I was walking on wiped, sorry guys, the mobs are actually hitting hard, okay? You pull extra 2 mobs, you're going down. This thing wouldn't happen before the latest patch, so there you go. If you were wondering, well, that is your answer, then the game is tougher. Unless I'm doing something horribly wrong as a warrior. I am, because I'm just gonna wipe right now again. Nah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Good. Wait, don't have any professions at all, not even a first aid. Come on, dog. Very serious. Just going down like a piggy, boy. It's not fun. Okay, that's getting kinda annoying, to be honest. I do have a crappy gear, meaning I don't have any neck, no helmet, no rings really. Speaking about de-stoning the miners, I went to Amsterdam over 2 weeks ago for the first time. And what a place that is, you know. If you have never been there, I highly recommend you going to that place. First of all, that is a beautiful city. And some things that are illegal in many countries, there will be completely legal, okay? And the red light district, I heard many things about this place before, but I never did any research, didn't check any information, no pictures, no videos, no nothing. By the way, taking pictures at the night time is not like allowed or welcomed. That is not the right thing to do. Maybe that's why there is not so many pictures, you know. But pretty much at the night time you walk around this area and you can see gorgeous looking ladies just standing in the window and just posing and doing some things, and definitely something to see. I'm not saying that you have to take any action or something. Obviously the service, I would imagine, does cost some money, but it's not even about the money, you know. But the point is that I think it's important to have a place in the world where we live in that is different, you know. Sometimes difference in a culture can just, I wouldn't say just open up your eyes, that's a bit too cliche in a way, even though it will and it can. But what it actually does just kind of makes you more humble in a way that it kind of reminds us that yes, we are all different, and some things that you accept are not accepted in other places, and vice versa, okay? And that's okay. There is no need for, you know, butthurt feelings and extra hate and all that stuff. As long as you don't harm anyone, you have a right to be who you want to be. And of course, I have to be honest, that's a bit, you know, easier said than done, but, you know, with the practice comes perfect, so... And the city itself is definitely a very historical place, a very beautiful place, and yeah, I want to return. Definitely I will. It's actually quite clean also, you know, like no dirty stuff. Meaning, I love the Paris, okay, but the city itself is actually quite dirty, and the Amsterdam, if you compare it to Paris, is much more cleaner place. And people are actually super nice, laid back, they're very welcoming, and just nice people. And just so we all remember that not everyone likes to speak English, so when you go to other places, it is reasonable at their least to try to learn. Well, it's not that not everybody likes English. Well, some people don't, others do, but they are not able to speak this language because they just don't know how to do it, you know, they never learned it, and it's always a reasonable thing to kind of do when you go somewhere. Just learn at least maybe like 10 words to show the appreciation. People will definitely react positively and return you even more in favor, you know. And the London, oh boy, I actually visited 5 countries in 10 days. It was UK, Lithuania, UK, France, Belgium, and the city, which I liked so much. You know, the Holland and
Security, enforcement, extortion. What do you want?
the London was definitely a
Hit the road.
place to behold. I mean, the center of the town is actually super clean and people are nice. I took some pictures also. You can find them on my Instagram. Got some, you know, decent shots. By the way, I did record a little video when I was in Manchester when I came to UK for the first time. For first 2 days I stayed in Manchester and then I went to London for 1 day. And speaking of Manchester, when I was staying at my good friend's place, his name is Colin. I met him for the first time when I was in Italy. I was around 10 years old. By the way, he's much older than I am. My mother is a good friend with him. And I found a little book in his house. It was like from a Manchester police. Like it was, I believe, 10 steps, you know, like towards like fighting the hate speeches and discrimination and all that stuff, which I'm all for. But at one point, it actually said that if you like feel that you are, how to say it, like discriminated against, then the fact that you feel this thing is more than enough to file the complaint and like take action against this thing. And at the end it said that you don't have to prove anything, just if you feel it, then it's more than enough to file the complaint and, you know, like fix this problem. Which is what a bizarre thing, to be honest. What do you mean that you feel? I mean, the feelings can be right sometimes as well as wrong. And from a police side, I would expect a bit of a more, I wouldn't say professional approach, but a bit less emotional and more like measured out, you know. Because if you don't have to prove anything and just go with a feeling, you know, when it comes to such a serious topic and issue, then, you know, some things will go wrong once you know, have a loop hole, like a wormhole in the system. You know, even the best of us most certainly will abuse this chance or opportunity. You know? I will actually post this video also. I should have it on my computer. But maybe there is a story behind this thing that I don't know. I will definitely make a little research. Okay, that's getting silly, come on. okay, I'm gonna be level 20 just in a split second. And once I get the level, I will go to the city and get my mounts. And do a bit of a transmogrification on my weapons. I want to make them just a bit more
It's my
wicked.
way or the highway, pal.
Level 20, and the new ability is Raging Blow. A mighty blow with both weapons that deals a total of blah 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 physical damage, only usable while enraged. Gotcha.
You ever need any?
Roger that.
I ain't getting paid to chat. Stay strong, pal.
Okay, let's get back to the city. So far 20 levels after, it feels that the game is not as easy, which is a good thing. That's a positive thing, I think. So kudos to Blizzard. Well done, guys. Much more balanced. That's a good thing. Ooh. Whoever is watching, welcome. I will be leveling this character from level 1 to 110. Almost without using the heirlooms, meaning I only have the weapons and that's the end of it. And the mounts that I used for a little while. I was thinking about which character should I level up after this one. Since I do have my main, and that's the Tauren Hunter. And I do enjoy playing the Hunter in every possible aspect, from PvE to PvP and whatever else. This one will be just an experiment, just to check out how leveling works and feels. I will definitely have to level a Death Knight also. Just see how this thing works out. And as I said before, when it comes to Alliance, you have a bit of a temptation to level up Human Warlock, but in a vanilla server. Just from level 1 to 60 and that's it. Okay, we finally have a mount. I'll go with... let's go with this one. Perfect. So I need to get the professions, by the way, meaning the first aid and... well, the first aid, I guess, is the biggest one that I need. And after that, I guess blacksmith and something else. So the profession trainer and the first aid. Right. Damn. 60% feels definitely better than this chopper that I used, but still quite a slow thing. Running and running. A guild. Okay, you know what? Why not? Let's just see how it works out. What is going on here? Yeah, that's kind of looks ridiculous, but in the best possible way.
Together,
Wait, voice? His voice? Wait.
beware the deep places of the earth.
Okay. Definitely looks cool. Like this.
Rivers, be ever bountiful. High mountain stands.
I wish they would make it still a bit different. Not just replace these horns with something else, but just maybe
River provides.
new. But okay, whatever. Good enough.
I
On
see
shall
you right
guide
here.
you.
You buy it.
Wait, did I come to the wrong place? I thought the first aid was here, but tailoring. Okay, right.
Well,
Good.
spit it out. Get lost, will ya?
Okay, so the first aid is the first profession that I get, and from that I will create some bandages. You're gonna have to have them, otherwise you will keep on dying like a little noob. That's exactly what I don't want. Okay, that's enough.
Yo, can I help
Let's
you with
upgrade
Hey, I got your back.
profession, second rank. Good.
I get no respect around here. Yeesh. Took my head off,
Sweet.
why don't you?
Good.
Don't try anything stupid.
Okay, let's get going. I will check the available transmogs. For there, we're gonna get back questing in the Ashera. By the way, I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast a while ago, like a week, and one of the old episodes, he actually spoke about why he isn't playing any games, because he finds that for him that's like extremely addictive, and he realizes that, and he doesn't want to lose himself in the game, which I understand, and I think that as long as everything is in moderation, you're good to go. And once the balance is lost, you're definitely in trouble. I think that looks kind of sick, to be honest. Hey, nice swords. By the way, I was playing as a melee hunter for a while, and I will definitely make some video as well as stream of doing some PvP action. And the best thing about the melee hunter is that so many players do arenas in PvP. Well, let's speak about specifically this expansion, and many people, not everyone knows how the hunter works, right? And let's create a scenario that you play a 2v2 arena, and you have a team. It's for example, I have a team. It's me, melee hunter, with a paladin, retro pally. These two classes, by the way, they work out quite well together. And imagine that we fight against two players who never even thought about the fact that the hunter can be a melee spec, yeah? So all of a sudden it creates a scenario where your enemy has no freaking idea about how you actually can play and what you can do and what abilities you have, and that's a big bonus that you get. You know, basically the game is on your side. And I won so many times, not against the best world players obviously, but against some decent folks, you know. But not only there are many reasons why this happened, but mostly I believe based on the fact that they just didn't know what is going on, because as a hunter you're able to go invisible for a minute. That's like a rogue mode, you know, and most of the people, they actually get surprised when they see a hunter going into the stealth. They're like, wait, what is going on here? So, and the stealth is actually quite a cool thing, because if you feign death and if you don't have any bleeding effects or any dots on you, so you can pretty much just put your pet in a passive mode and feign death, and not have to use the invis mode, from where you can actually like disappear from the battle. Many times I did this thing, and the best part is that when you're invisible, it actually heals you up very fast. So if you had low health, go to invis and return with a full health and just nuke your enemies down. A lot of fun, a lot of fun. In some regards, I believe that PvP, well, for me personally, is a bit more fun than anything else. Okay, I think I'm gonna wipe now. Okay, let's be positive and just give it a shot, okay? Enough is enough. Well, with these mines on the ground, I'm... Okay. Okay, I got this one down, that is enough. That's not funny. Come on, boy. Step aside. No! That is exactly what I didn't want. I hope I will be able to charge up. Yeah, whatever, let's run. The dead mines are done. The rage fire chasm is done. The shadow fang, wailing, black fathom, and stormwind. Is there a nice of Blizzard that when you actually fly up from the mine and fall down, you actually don't take the damage from hitting the ground? Otherwise, you would keep on wiping like a... I don't know what, so... Wait. Well, turns out you get the benefits from being in a low-level guild.
I ain't getting paid to chat.
Guess the guy invited me to view the dungeon.
I get no respect around here.
Okay, again, the whole zone is just covered with mines. Imagine if a Tauren would have actually a class rogue. Tauren rogue. Bit of an awkward thing. Considering, you know, the size and the shape of these creatures and beasts. Is that it? Yeah, what a quest.
Smart mouth, huh? Do not get on Gallywix's bad side.
So if you break down the leveling process, I still got to level 20 in how long? Let's check it out. In, well, 5 hours and 30 minutes. Well, I wasn't that fast. I did die quite a bunch of times. But 5 hours, well, that's a bit slow. Okay, well, yeah. I didn't do too many dungeons, so I guess that is the reason.
Makes sense. State your business. Be ready for anything.
Be ready for anything.
Keep it real.
By the way, if I recall correctly, when I will speak about one thing and I will lead it up to the Warcraft, when the Avengers came out, right after, like at the same time they started working at the, you know, the Guardians of the Galaxy, right? That was very smart on their behalf, you know, the company Marvel, because you kind of use the momentum of the Avengers and the success of the Avengers and create like a second like franchise, and then you end up like putting those things together. Now that is my point. With that being said, imagine if Bliss would do the same thing, like have an expansion where they would connect this game with something else, like a Diablo universe or something new. I don't know. I mean, I believe that if you do even the craziest ideas right and execute them to perfection, then it has a right to live, you know. And who says that? Who says that what I said is impossible to do? Yeah, the tank left. What a noob. Okay, I hope they realize there is no way we're gonna get the boss down without the help of the tank. Okay, he doesn't. Well, he's the noob then. And if we do take him down, well, that makes me a noob, so let's see. Well, I think he will go down, actually. Yeah. Yeah, let's spam out the execute and get the boss down. Perfect. I got these swords from the level 60 dungeon of vanilla. Which one was it? Or some... damn. I should know better, but okay, I'm sorry. But I think it's one of the best swords, to be honest, in the game. Gotta be careful. Speaking about Shadowfang Keep, I'm not sure if it was back in the vanilla. I just don't know. I don't recall. I think it wasn't. I would imagine it's a new dungeon from a Cataclysm maybe or something. Yeah, we do have a tank finally. That's a satisfying thing. Things will get faster now. I hope. Should be. By the way, this dungeon does remind me a bit of a Carajan, which was like my favorite raids back in the Burning Crosshair era. Turns out, but by the way, I wonder if anyone did play back in those days. Do I recall correctly that getting tier 4 gloves was an insanely tough thing? Because you would only get one token and from one boss, this curator in the corridor, right? So you get per each week one token from just one boss and that's it. So damn, because I did actually farm the gloves for my hunter. I just needed it for the purpose of the transmog. I think it took me like 2 months to get this thing. Yeah, let's get going. I'm actually a little bit impatient today. I just keep on thinking how it was before you know, before the patch. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it will take a bit of a getting used to process. Let's just do it like this. Bam, and charge. Guys, after this dungeon, I will stop our broadcasting of the second part, and tomorrow, quite early, meaning less than in 10 hours from now, I will continue with the third part. And by the way, on YouTube you can find the first part, and I had to break it down into 2 episodes, so there is a part 1. How do you explain it correctly? There is a first part of a part 1, and then there is a second one also. I had a little issue, a little lag with the video, so I had to kind of just separate, and there is a gap in between for only maybe like 15, less than 20 seconds, so you don't lose out too much. The same leveling process in the Durotar that I did after the Mulgore. Wait, he pulled the boss? Okay, that's a bit insane. I actually used a taunt right now because I knew he would most likely die, and I tried to take a damage away from here, which we kind of failed on. Yeah, we all have to learn. Oh, there's a teleport, that's a great thing. I will tell guys to use the teleport NPC. They won't run in case somebody doesn't know about him. Because I know that I didn't know. Luckily I found him. Oh shh. No. Okay, whatever. But yeah, wiping in low-level dungeons is back. It was gone for a while, but now it's back, and I think it will be here to stay for a little while. Here to stay for a little while, definitely. Let me check his transmog. Looks nice, looks like a Alliance character. You know what I mean? Okay, let's get going. Nice gloves, by the way. I will ask him if he wants to share them. Because I believe I have happiest ones you can find. Still, you know, a low level item without any stats. I like the sounds that monks make when they fight, you know, it's like rapid fire. Hitting here and there like Jackie Chan style. And again, they should, as I said before, they should update the models, you know. Why the monks, like any other race in the game, has to be always the same. Taurens is always buffed, you know, the monk is always fluffy, you know. You're gonna have a fluffy and a buffed monk, and vice versa when it comes to Taurens. And in any other race, you know. Do all the Blood Elf females have to be like super model-like shaped? I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it looks perfect, but, you know, a bit of a diversity would be quite helpful.
For the Horde.
Oh, come on, boy.
I don't think I need to target something first.
Oh, the guy says he forgot to turn in the quest. I did the same mistake. But that's okay. Not a big thing. Somebody's going down.
What now? Victory for Sylvanas.
Our ancestors be praised.
I wonder what is the real size of the Warcraft if you lay out every single dungeon, instance, raids, caverns, and caves, and underwater and everything. I don't think it is nowhere close to the real world size. Otherwise, it would take months to fly over this thing, you know. But still, it should be big enough. Interesting when it comes to tier 1, 2, and 3. What was like how did they, you know, inspire the development team, the designers, to come up with these sets, you know? Because back in the day, over 10 years ago, you know, all the landscape of the games was different, and everything was like connected, you know, in a way, and inspired by different aspects. Molotov cocktail. Increase run speed by 50%. But dungeons clearly take so much more time to get it done than before. That's a massive difference, honestly. But okay guys, I want to thank you all for your attention. So yes, I want to thank you all for your attention, and that will be it for the part number 2. And see you tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna continue leveling and doing things and exploring the Warcraft from the new angle. And if you have any feedback, please let me know. Feel free to share, and you can find me on any social media. Well, not really any, but most of them, you know, anywhere from YouTube to Twitter to Instagram to Facebook page. And yeah, it was my pleasure. Thank you, and see you tomorrow. And thank you.